Can be fighting for victory. This is huge.
It is, Steve, because we know he's got a race bike underneath him. He's just been third in FP4, really strong. Struggling with the turning of that KTM, struggling of course with the fact that they can't run their preferred medium or hard compound fronts of that front tyre. He'll be quite glad, I'd imagine, to see the back of Qatar and get to Europe and get to a track like Portimao, where we know
Bastianini, pit lane open, Q1 for the Grand Prix of Doha.
Disappointed last night, was a bit more dew in the air, a little bit more humidity last night, and more than one rider. Bastianini wasn't the only one that touched upon that, saying it seemed to...
It's the world champion, Joan Mir, number 36, brand new soft rubber, as you would expect.
Going to bite you. You know, he's got away with it for the majority of last year. He wasn't really caught up in any first corner, top three rows. I don't think anybody's expecting Joan Mir all of a sudden to start fighting for the front row every week, but he's got 3 races.
No, and it's going to get harder because the Hondas and KTMs will be stronger when we leave Qatar.
Imagine if Suzuki did sort out qualifying. Their bike is so good over those last 5 or 6 laps. It would be hard to see
late in the end to secure a spot in Q2. I'd imagine he'd probably try and get his business done earlier tonight and give himself a bit of breathing space there that include the Tech Tree KTMs and Nakagami. There's Lekawona, there's Binder, Pole.
Instead of soft tyres, invariably it just leaves you with one set for the second qualifying session when everybody else is going to have at least...
Of course, without a banker time in there, without a set time, you can't see on the over there behind Alex Marquez. The pair of them know each other pretty well from a few tussles in Moto2.
Up to attack the 3 right-handers, crucial for that 4th sector.
14th on the grid to 14th. He cannot wait to leave Doha and get on that plane and head back
10 here, remarkably. Just not a circuit that suits their hard braking style. Straight up and down braking is where they dig in and help you turn, and that's been an issue for Binder and all the KTMs. They knew they were in trouble pretty much from the pre-season.
The first flying laps are coming in. Mir sets the marker. In fact, Binder does a 54.64. Pol Espargaro came straight into the pits at the end of his first flying lap. World champion, here he comes across the line. Now it's a 54.314 to put him in P1 again.
Yeah, good job that by Mir. That's the most important stat of him for the evening. Quick debrief with his crew chief Frankie Carcetti. Davide Brivio, who's gone from 2 to 4 wheels in Formula 1. 54.31 moment from the Italian in both 1 lap pace and race pace at the moment.
Left of the session, so he's going to get maybe 2 laps at most in to try and advance through to Q2. Soft rear in his Red Bull KTM. Danilo Petrucci looks over his shoulder to see Lorenzo Savard.
Mir primed and ready then for another assault in this Q1.
Marini's there as well.
Yeah, a couple of ex-Moto3 world champions there, Marquez and Mir. With heat in those soft tyres, winds his way up to a time attack mode, although this is at turn 2. And he just never settled.
Bastianini, though, has settled just in behind Miguel Oliveira to start now his flying laps. So he's going to get 2 laps at it. Takao Yokoyama watching on.
And through outside the top 10 to 8th, but not good enough when you think he's a Repsol Honda rider. I mean, for me, first lap after an early skirmish with world champion Mir. After that, from that point onwards, it was less than 3 seconds he lost over
Lucci, because Pol Espargaro, when he needs something, is great to watch. He's got a couple of goodness me. Pol Espargaro then, he's about to come up to sector 2 margin. In sector 1, 10th and a half up.
Yeah, Petrucci 3rd. He was tantalisingly close to a place in that top 2. He's down by just 0.04 of a second. He's getting to grips, isn't he, with that?
And again, it's going to be really close. He's 0.02 of a second up.
And it would just be a massive... Last week, every time he walked past both Steve and I, he's normally so buzzing in and sort of up for it, upbeat character.
He's going to get one more shot at this. This is it. Do or die in this last... attempt. Is 7th in the first one. He's
TM rival Brad Binder out of the top 2. What a scalp this would be for Danilo Petrucci. Really, 16. He does go second. 54.528. Petrux at the moment into Q2.
Yeah, good 33 out on circuit. Something transponder wise not going right. No, there he is. He's still there. He's not sure what
Pol Espargaro's delivering on the Repsol Honda. He's just set the second, or the fastest second sector.
Gone second.
Wow.
Luca Marini.
Do then. Petrucci looking good as well on his final lap of the session. Now that would be a real confidence boost for Luca McLaughlin back out of it. He needs a lap time himself. And Marini has just been glued to Marquez's rear tyre.
Oh, Paul's going to get one more.
That was close. Wow.
Very close. All of these lap times are close. And Joan Mir
red lights
is out.
Well, last weekend his race was a ride befitting of a world champion. At the moment, already into Q2 at the moment with a 54.314.
Oliveira also on a good lap, so is Nakagami. Turn 15 and turn 16 we go onto the home straight. Is this going to chop and change? Bastianini doesn't make it.
Alex Marquez, what a lap! He chopped and changed again. Marquez again dragged Luca Marini to a better time. That's going to be all of Luca 3.931. What a lap time that is by the world champion. And right at the death, Miguel Oliveira out of nowhere.
Last minute stuff, and Pol Espargaro is not going to be happy.
I'm afraid to say, ladies and gentlemen, Valentino Rossi for the Grand Prix of Doha from 21st place. He's 11th in this session, Rossi. Not
the Grand Prix from 15th place. There'll be disappointment elsewhere as well. Binder won't be happy with
8/1000 of a second down from Miguel Oliveira. That's how close it was.
Well, conditions.
Bastianini will be frustrated because he was mighty close, wasn't he, to Q2 last week. Not
that our list of guys there, you know, all of the Hondas and KTMs are in there, and looking at it from, use different material for chassis, but if you strip them, undress them, look at them, the points where everything is, and they're both struggling at this circuit. But for the fans of them, don't worry, it'll go away when we go away from the circuit.
The Honda, but they will be back, there's no doubt about it. Job done again from the world champion Joan Mir, but I suppose the big
probably have one set left. Luca Marini, what can he do? Third in that session. He's going to start 13th. We saw opening qualifying session here at the Hasil International Circuit in Doha. The world champion safely through. The only man in the 53s in the thousandth of a second. He beat the brilliant Luca Marini, who followed Alex Marquez for all of his hot laps in that session. A night not to remember for Valentino Rossi at all. He's going to start from 21st place on the grid. There can't be too many occasions
of Vinales and Quartararo on the front row. Jack Miller was bitterly disappointed to miss out on that front row.
Qualifying, same in Zarco's garage, both of his machines have that new fairing on it, and I'm pleased to...
Maverick Vinales, front row start will do. Formidable pace on Sunday night to take his victory. Formidable pace in...
Very strong pace. Jorge Martin, and already reaping the rewards of a strong start to his MotoGP career with Ducati. That
only Honda rider in this session.
Yeah, not too often we've been able to say that down the years in Qatar, although it
is open. Qualifying begins here for the Doha Grand Prix. The two factory Suzukis are out. Here comes Jack Miller front row. He's getting himself geared up. He was 5th here on the grid last week. He'll want to be on front row. He wants of the season. Last week's, well, it was a real barnstormer, record-breaking lap times. We're not going to see those kind of times. El Diablo exits pit lane, looking for pole position, number 11 qualifier.
And he loves Qatar. Last weekend's success was his 3rd here in Doha. Can exploit its turning and its corner speed, particularly in this part of the track. Coming through turns 10 and this long sweeping left-hander 11. Pre-season test begun.
Key is, Matt, they won't mind if they don't get pole, provided they're first across the finish line. But today it's all about qualifying.
Yeah, these qualifying laps are important, but the last... Bagnaia, he said he really struggled for rear grip in those last 5 or 6 laps, and Zarco perhaps didn't have the same level of rear tyre drop-off.
Joan Mir's gone out on the tyres that he started Q1 on.
Exactly.
So
he's only got the one set to attack in this session win. That's
looking for pole position on his Pramac Ducati. He was fastest in FP4, and you feel like if Miller can get a clean lap and he can knit everything together, he probably... just about
seen so far in the last couple of weeks whether there's going to be a Ducati lockout here, although the Yamahas
they're going to struggle, aren't they, without a toe to get pole position, the Yamaha. But he's losing a handful of time in that final sector.
Franco Morbidelli, it's his job to uphold Petronas Yamaha SRT honour in the 21st place. Instantly forgettable session for Rossi.
The wind has dropped a bit tonight here in qualifying as the riders make their way down the start-finish straight. And first up will be Alex Rins on the factory 54.3, and Bradl goes into 4th, and Martin a 53.8.
Jorge Martin, a couple of weeks ago, had a pretty poor season last year with all their technical problems and other issues, but nobody won more.
Already up by a couple of tenths. This is going to be ideal This could be perfect for Jorge Martin. Also a brilliant lap here. As the
Best we've seen from the RSGP for quite some time. Aleix Espargaro said, make no mistake, this is comfortably the best of brilliant. Martin strikes straight back with that slipstream behind Joan Mir. Espargaro again improves.
Zarco goes across the line in 5th. Here comes Jack Miller. He goes to 5th as now and displaces
At the moment, and that's exactly where he stays. So there's no 4th rather. The timing just took a little bit of time to catch up there. Bagnaia goes.
That's an excellent job.
Close, very, very close. Just under 200ths away from Jorge Martin, who was for the Spanish rider. And can you believe it? At the moment, on course for a pole position in just
go out on circuit, is he? No, shake of the head there for the first time in well over a week.
Yeah,
from Jay-Z. Quarter of a second down in sector 2.
Yeah, he will not like this. All the incentive that Zarco needs to find some more rhythm.
And Martin, remember, got that little bit of slip.
He's going to be about 100 metres clear of everybody by the braking zone for turn 1 tomorrow night.
Across the line for Mir, 8th. That's not bad considering he's got used soft tyres on for Joan Mir. I reckon he'd take that if you offered it to him.
We haven't seen. Can you believe it? A little pat on the backside from the Pramac Ducati team boss Francesco Guidotti. Daniele Rambagna. The timing screens are telling the truth though. Their man at the moment on course for what would be a Mir Suzuki. So here we go then. It's now or never in terms of grid positions for tomorrow's second.
And he'd have a very good chance all of a sudden. Fantastic work from Morbidelli as well when you consider where they were.
Get placed further down the order. Not what he's expecting tonight, although of course he will be able to rely on Ducati's whole shot device of top spot. Can there be a dream Pramac Ducati 1-2 in qualifying?
Mir's had to go out with a hard front, yellow band on the front. I can't believe he's gone out there on a hard front. That must be wrong.
Not one with 16 laps on it.
No way. Surely not. No. That didn't go to plan, did it, for the race winner here 6 days ago, that first stint. He can put it right here now. He's the first.
He clearly told Esteban Garcia after his first run he didn't feel like the rear tyre was hooking up.
Out of the seat again.
Problems here. Maverick
can confirm, thanks Simon Crafar, his wrong information on Joan Mir. It is a soft front tyre. So Vinales, he's working hard here. He's only 9,000ths of a second off, but this lap has not been with
Bradle trailing Franco Morbidelli at the moment. Morbidelli, I think he was pretty satisfied right at the back of the pack.
At the moment, this young man, the 23-year-old from Madrid, the rookie. The final sector, Matt. Remember, Martin got slipstream as well, and he's on a Ducati.
Hasn't been the cleanest lap. We've second round in Mazzano last September. Over the line he comes. Is he going to take top spot from Jorge Martin?
Considering he was out of the seat as well. Now this second one might be even better. Now he's got that banker lap in. Miguel Oliveira's first hard front tyre is not correct. If Mir can get on the front 2 rows, that will feel like such absolutely obliterated sector 1. He's over a quarter of a second up.
Given the conditions from Maverick Vinales, red hot pace by him. Franco Morbidelli at the moment still on that second row in 5th by nearly 3/10 now. That's going to be very, very close to a 52, which will be an incredible lap time in these conditions.
3 in a moment now. He's strong in sector 3. If he can buy another couple of tenths.
Mir 9th, at least that's one place better.
Can he get an extra buffer?
Do you know what, Steve, as well? Nobody's getting close to him. Nobody is lapping.
Vinales, here he comes across the line now. Will he improve? He does, a 53.2.
And keep an eye on the likes of Aleix Espargaro. He's in second place behind Vinales. He would love a front row start. There he is at the bottom of your screens. Jorge Martin down by just over a cheer
for pole position at the last minute in Qatar.
Looks like Aleix Espargaro's front row charge has covered in sector 3, but it won't be enough. It's all about this young man though. Jorge Martin sweeps brilliantly through turn 15.
Zarco's got pole!
Wow.
53.2!
We might get a Pramac Ducati 1-2.
His teammate comes down the start finish.
Here they come! Martin! And Pramac Ducati 1-2, just as we thought. Ecstasy in Pramac Ducati. They can't believe it. Paolo
by here in Doha. Quartararo goes across the line. Here comes Miller. Quartararo's 4th. Miller goes 4th. He doesn't do it.
It's Jorge Bridal joy down at Pramac Ducati. Incredible. Jorge Martin in his second MotoGP appearance. What a night for Pramac Ducati. 1-2 in Doha.
That is going to sting the factory guys, but
somebody pinch Paolo Campinotti right now.
Wow.
He's going to wonder whether he's dreaming. What a night.
Jorge Martin,
just astonishing. Gigi Dell'Indy there embraces his manager, Alba Valera, who's working. He's on the front row. Absolutely incredible. Let's go down to, I'm sure he's pinching himself at the moment, Francesco Guidotti, boss at Pramac.
Please give us your thoughts. That was truly incredible.
There's nothing to say. There's just to enjoy it. Fuck, man, it's insane.
Big hug.
Well, you can't really blame. Boy, did we get it. I mean, Jorge Martin, first MotoGP pole. It certainly will not be his last. Lane. Teams from Moto 2, Moto 3, rival teams in MotoGP coming to congratulate. Just the experience of being there, racing with the very best, is going to be like gold to him tomorrow night. Can you believe it? Second start in MotoGP. Doesn't get much better than that. Miller, Quartararo and Bagnaia go from the second row. Aleix Espargaro, Alex Rins and Joan Mir, the two Suzukis, are on the third row. Down in 15th place. There will be nobody more bitterly disappointed in Qatar tonight than Valentino Rossi, who's at the opposite end of the grid to the rookie Jorge Martin.